Hello everyone. This is the pre-market report video for today, 22nd September 2025 for the Indian stock market in terms of Nifty and Bank Nifty. First, quickly let's look at what happened in US market last Friday. There was no major macro release was scheduled. However, market was not fully priced for Wednesday's Fed announcement that they're expecting to do 2 more rate cut by end of this year. So that related positivity was there. In addition, JP Morgan raised the Apple stock price target from $255 to $289 and they cited the positivity around the iPhone 17 as a reason, which in turn increases the Apple share price by about 3%. As we know, Apple is an index heavyweight, it added additional positivity. Then on the political front, US President Trump made an announcement that he had a very productive call with the Chinese president regarding the trade and TikTok deal. So all this positivity made the US market again to close at all-time high value. In the end, Dow Jones was up by 0.37%, S&P 500 increased 0.49% and Nasdaq outperformed and increased 0.72%. In case of VIX, it's still around 15.5. So, in short, the global momentum is good. Regarding oil, because of higher than expected increased oil stockpiles, oil price decreased by around 1%. At the time of this video, WTI crude trading around $62.5 per barrel, while Brent crude closed at around $66.5 per barrel. Then, in case of Indian ADRs, as it is all closed negative. However, if you see the arbitrage, banking stocks were more negative in Indian market. For example, in Indian market, ICICI Bank and HDFC Bank was down over 1%, but in ADR, it decreased only by around 0.5%. And hence at present it's showing the presence of positive 0.5% arbitrage. Whereas in IT stock case, during the week ahead video, we discussed this in detail. Trump increased the new H1B visa application fee to $1 lakh. Now we got some clarity around it, like it won't be going to affect any of the existing visa holder. Rather, it's applicable only for the new application, which expects to start from February month. But in between, there are some serious political problems for implementing this. But however, those clarity was not available when the ADR was trading. Hence, both the IT stocks were down about 2 to 3% and it got the negative arbitrage difference of around 2%. Here, please note, now we know some clarity around it. Still, it's bad, but not that bad. So, I believe IT stock might open really negative, but hoping it to recover some as the day progress if the global momentum is good means. It's just my opinion. More than 90% whenever I predict for the day's price action, I always go wrong. So I could be wrong. Overall, banking stocks looking good but not the IT stocks. Reliance GDR haven't indicating any price action. And this Trump announcement did had some effect on GIFT Nifty as well. On Saturday morning, it closed at 25,369, equaling that with the spot market. For now, it's indicating the gap down opening of 70 to 80 points, but not much. So that's what happened on the global market. Now, before going to the stock specific, I like to highlight one thing. Though at present the global momentum is very good, this Thursday US government is going to release the final second quarter GDP numbers, which is very crucial to assess the present state of US economy. So until then, we could expect that related nervousness in the global market. Now, regarding new India related info, today Indian Commerce Minister is going to US to continue the trade negotiation. So from the market perspective, it's positive. Regarding the further development, we need to wait for tonight's update. Second, from today onwards, GST 2.0 is starting. So lots of products expect to be cheaper compared to Friday. Please make sure to check the bill. Hence, any impact related news expects to influence the Indian market. Then there was a report from some government sources that Indian Navy wants 4 warship worth of 80,000 crore rupees and they are likely going to issue the tender for it. So shipbuilding related companies such as L&T, Cochin Shipyard, Mazagon Shipping expect to be on focus. Other than that, compared to last 2 months, last week FIA reduced their selling intents. In fact, last Thursday and Friday, back to back 2 consecutive days, FIA was net buyers. However, they bought only for the marginal 400 crore rupees. On the other hand, DIA net bought for 2100 crore rupees. So, as a summary, global momentum is good and at present, US future market is trading very marginal negative. So, considering all the development such as Indian government infrastructure spending and the US-India trade talk improvement, Indian market supposed to open positive. But this Trump H-1B visa fee hike seems to be a party spoiler. However, as I said, last Friday, ADR and GIFT Nifty reacted on the panic, and at present we got some clarity, so let's hope for the damage won't be that severe. Then, regarding participant-wise open interest analysis, in the next options, proprietary traders and FII having net 1.1% open interest and net near 6% of their open interest respectively favors the bearish position. Here, please note, proprietary traders position is very thin, they could change that any moment. On the other hand, client or retail traders having net 8% of their open interest favors the bullish position. In the next future, there too FII and proprietary traders holding net 87% and 58% of their open interest respectively on the short side, whereas client holding 71% of their open interest on the long side. So in short, it seems FII and proprietary traders makes more money if market goes down and retail traders makes more money if market goes up. As per stock open interest, KFin Tech, Zomato, KPIT Tech, M&M, Tata Elxsi, SBI Card and CDSL are some of the 84 stocks that got an increase in open interest along with the price drop. So these stocks indicating the short build-up. Whereas PPL Pharma, Blue Star, Sale, Laurus Lab, Inox Wind, Adani Enterprise, IREDA and Bank of Baroda are some of the 54 stocks that got an increase in open interest along with the price increase, which means these stocks got the long build-up. Regarding the things to look out, early morning China's interest rate decision is due. If the Chinese central bank cut any interest rate, then it's positive for the Indian metal stocks, but it's highly unlikely. Then, during our market hours, nothing that I'm aware of is scheduled that could influence the Indian market. And in the night, US FOMC member speech are some of the things we need to keep an eye out today. Coming to technical, last Friday, Nifty opened flat and it dropped all the way down to 25,300 and closed around there. Thus, on the daily chart, Nifty formed a bearish candle following a hanging man pattern in the previous session, which showing the buyer's exhaustion and potential reversal. But however, it sustained well above all key moving averages, with both short-term and medium-term moving averages are currently trending upward. In addition, RSI and MACD both sustaining the positive bias, all indicating that bullish momentum is still intact despite the short-term pullback. Hence, on the lower side, support is at 25,150 to 25,200 zone, below which the trend may weaken. However, if Nifty manages to stay above 25,200, it could move towards 25,500. A decisive move above 25,500 may open the road to 26,000. In case of Bank Nifty, it also opened 80 points lower, and as the day progressed, it moved down below 55,500 and closed below that value. Thus, on the daily chart, similar to Nifty, Bank Nifty also formed a bearish candle after the hanging man pattern, so it's same as Nifty. Hence, as long as Bank Nifty manages to hold 55,200 to 55,100 zone, the positive trend is intact, and 55,600 to 55,700 zone will act as the immediate resistance. Regarding the options front, the maximum call option openers was at 25,400 strike, followed by 26,000 and 25,500, with maximum new call option writing at 25,400, 26,000 and 25,350 strike. On the put side, the maximum openers was at 25,300 strike, followed by 25,000 and 25,200, with maximum new put option writing at 25,300, 25,250 and 25,350 strike. Thus, from options data, it indicates that 25,400 to 25,500 zone might act as the key resistance in the near term, with support likely at 25,250 to 25,200 zone. So that's all in this video. Hope you all got some useful information. Please consider subscribing to the channel and liking the video so that it will help me beat the YouTube algorithm and also motivate me to do more. Please don't make any investment decision based on this, as I'm not a SEBI registered advisor. I am doing this for me and viewers' educational purpose only. Thanks for watching.